Good morning, everybody. Jack Leeson with StartupTrading.com. You do not have my pretty face today. And also, I just came up for the next couple days. I'm spending some time with my parents. Um, my dad's having surgery next week, so I'm spending some time up where they live. And I do not have a webcam, and my microphone is coming straight from my laptop. So if you're in the Discord, just let me know like how it sounds. It looks fine on my end, but of course, I don't know how it sounds. It's not going to sound exactly like the mic I normally use, but hopefully it's sufficient. So yeah, yesterday I did share my levels in the room and we traded one of the extensions I'd mentioned. I do think the Nasdaq is a little clearer of a trend here. Now, let's just take a look. This higher time frame setup, this was a ton of volatility here. Obviously the Trump tweet 2 weeks ago sent the market in a tailspin. We had this 50% retracement that was super sloppy. And then, I just adjusted that to the new high once again, super sloppy. But one of the things you'll notice that I went over last week is that we actually started holding it during the regular trading hours on um, really Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Now that upside target is just a tick or two in not realistically a tick, but it is going to be just a few points into the current regular trading hours session all-time high. And coming out of the lows on Friday, we did have this traditional that is now blown through targets, and the levels I shared yesterday in the Discord were that extensions high to high. Now that 38% retracement is traded. Our upside target from that move is going to be at 25,450. Okay, we've obviously not yet completed that. In the overnight session, we've come back down for another test. Now, I would love to see the untested 50% retracement trade. I would love to see a move through the overnight low. I'd love to see a move through the prior day low and then down into 25,166. That's an ideal situation for me. Otherwise, this top of the range here, there's this hourly fair value gap from 25,328, it looks like, to 25,340s. That is going to continue to be resistance until it's broken. At that point in time, we could maybe make our way up to profit targets. But ideally, I want to see us go lower before moving higher. Whether or not that happens is to be determined. But I have my alert set there, and I probably will be an active buyer in the market if we can get down. Now, the ES has had a more aggressive bid. We're in overnight extensions, and to be honest, I want to see this break. Um, I don't have an entry at the 50%, but the 3:30 a.m. anchor going into Monday, too high, traded yesterday morning. We made a new high, so I've adjusted to that new high, and that's been acting as support. Our upside target on a continuation would be a 68.02. But ideally, if the NASDAQ trades down into that lower level, I'd like to see the ES pull back into the 10:15 a.m. anchor from Friday to the current regular trading hours session high. We'll watch the 38 and the 50. The 38 is going to be a 67.54 and the 50% is a 67.4375. So those are going to be the two levels below us. And I'm setting alerts there. I'm going to be a buyer on those levels. Okay. And then gold, wow, what a move yesterday. Basically, huge sell off and down into. I just want to pull up the daily chart. We're back here at the bottom of this range. I mean, higher time frame still up. We have run into, if you guys, this extension, this is just going to give us a new upside target. Let's not pretend that gold's going in a bear market just because we sold off for a day. There's been a huge rally. This pullback's definitely necessary. But I'm looking at the extension from the high of April 22nd to the current all-time high, which is yesterday, and then we had an ATR down. That 38% retracement is a 40.56. The 50% retracement is going to be a 39.51.8. We'll see if we end up going into a consolidation or maybe we just trade this 38. All we did was erase this move here right back to this breakout zone right around 4,000, but everything above 3,847, $3,847 in gold, in my opinion, is still bullish on the higher time frame. Now, of course, we have a serious sell-off here that has led to some incredible volatility. We came back, we last night came down huge around the Asian Open, huge move here, 86 points, and then we have came down, found support in that area here again this morning, and there's this 50% retracement that was pretty sloppy. Um, that swing high, low to high. I mean, there's just a ton of volatility. The ATRs here on the 5 minute are 20 points. Like, you got to be, if you're trading a mini, that's $2,000. Like, just be aware that, I would definitely recommend the micros here. But I'm just drawing that next traditional here. I have an order. It was front run on the first test, and then you're gonna have that 40.65. So I'm gonna be looking for that first thing here at the open. I'll also draw that full halfway back. I do expect us to just get a reaction out of this low. This technically did break the series here. I do want to watch and be aware of the full 50% retracement when it trades. That's well above us by 100 plus points. So I'm not too concerned with it now. It does seem like the anchor here from the 1 a.m. lows of the prior day, or what were the current resistance level has come in from. So we'll watch that 38 as far as I will not be participating in any longs really above the uh, a lower mid, I should say. So this lower mid, I would be participating in longs below the lower mid here at 41.32. But anything above 41.32 here today, I'd lay off the gas. And then for oil, we've officially got a turnaround in oil. We are officially completing longs, and it's been like that for some time. So, of course, on my birthday, oil flips around. We came back. We had a rally through. For those of you guys who were in the boot camp, I talked about looking for shorts above this prior day high. So, Monday night, we had a boot camp. And then I literally in the boot camp referred to looking for potential shorts above the 57, 45. We got above there. We've rotated all the way back down, made that new high, and then this really right here was your first pullback. Very clean, 1 o'clock yesterday, straight up 2 targets. Now that we're up at these targets, I would be willing and able to potentially position myself short into the expected next traditional down at 57.80. So let me go move some orders around. I just got long gold. 57.80. So I'm going to set an alert at that 57.80. And if price action starts rolling over here in CL, then yeah, we will be looking for some action there. But that's going to wrap up my morning trade plan, and we'll take it to the room. Alrighty here. Index has fallen off a cliff off the open. I'm just adjusting some things. Switch back over to the indexes. ATR is off the open. We'll see if we can punch through this overnight low. Oh wow, it sounds better. I just saw Perry's comment. That's crazy. Spend $200 on a microphone, and my built-in microphone sounds better on my computer. That's why do I have a microphone? All right, we're getting that push down. We might even get this next traditional, to be honest. If we get deeper, so I drew the extension, but if we get deeper, 25,022s. All right. We're going to be at the I want to see us push through here just because it's the first 5 minutes. I'm not really interested in stepping in at my 25,165 support here. um I don't like that. I just don't like that we've just opened, we've broken the prior day's low. I'm not saying it, I mean, it's still there, but I'm gonna pass on this potential setup. I am still long GC, however. You could wait for confirmation. ES also testing that 50%, that 67. I just so many times if I bought in the first 5 minutes, especially after breaking through a prior day low, just not my trade. I'll pass. I'll pass. My gold target is almost 40 points. Not that we're up 40 points at all, but from my entry, that's where my target. I'm looking for 40 points in gold. It also could sound better because I'm not in a city, so you don't hear the ambient noise of fire trucks and Homeless crackheads, dogs. Let's go gold. I'm gonna get out of that gold and I'm gonna be like, wow, I should have held. That's the first long out of the bottom of the range. I'm actually gonna stretch this target out. Looking better and better. I'm gonna stretch her up to 16s. I'm gonna be greedy. You're gonna pay for it. I'm not. Moving my gold target up to 41.16 for my 66.7 entry. Give me what I want. Give me what I want. Well, it's been a fun run so far, which is honestly a good sign for the Bulls for us to come off that. Could spend some time going back and forth, but really, if you look at the ES, that's a lot of strength. See if we get sold into here. So halfway back from highs. Gold popping up to 4,100. Oil's not really ready for its setup yet. This is where we're at the midpoint here in the ES and the lower mid for the NQ. If we don't hold this area, we're probably going right back up through that morning high. We came 6 points away from the 25,166 and the ES on the nose, the 67, 63, 75 here from this morning. Unbelievable that this computer mic sounds better than my other mic. I'm like pissed. Granted, the computer is $3,000, but oil new high, up about 27 points on GC. What a beast of a move. Just a beast of a market. Alright. See what happens here. Just took a NASDAQ short. We're at the 50% retracement from the prior day. We're also at, just general resistance. I had levels up here. We're still in a range. I mean, that's a great bounce off that low, but this is really what it needs to push through. Let's see where we are. It's a little bit of a reaction here. taken out on NASDAQ. Little bit of divergence with the NASDAQ through the open, ES not so far. Go down to the 1 minute time frame. Rolling back over here in the NASDAQ, ES is still weak. I mean, I don't necessarily think we're done going lower here, and it's just more of a range, but yeah, that divergence, and then we started trading back through the fair value gaps. We just barely I mean, I just barely got stopped out on my short, but I still think the structure is technically intact. Of course, we need to get it moving lower. It's going to be a half an hour into the day here shortly, running in at 10 o'clock. But you can see this ES is staying weak. The NASDAQ still, I'd love to get a test this 20,166. If we can't come off this high here, then I'm gonna just take a look at the indexes, let them play out for an hour, because then I just would think we're range. I don't want to trade range. Or like the current positioning. If we can't pop lower. See if we can crack below 25,234 in the NQ. We just currently have a 1 minute extension series. It's holding on. That if it gets lost, we'll trade back to the bottom. It's a battle. It's a battle. It's the 50. I don't have a ton of confidence on that. NASDAQ 25,244. We crack it, it's back to the lows of the range. Yeah.
I
See if we can continue to slide here in the NQ. We're still holding on to that level. We just really need to lose it. Oil may have put in a high here as well. Like I said, I'm short bias up here, but kind of looking for a signal. Looking for a reason. Don't have it yet, but I'm getting close. All right, positions are short oil, still long gold, and short the Nasdaq. Stopped out on my first trade in the NQ within like a few points of the high, and then I noticed we really weren't getting anywhere, so I had re-shorted, and then in my morning trade plan, I had mentioned that I was looking for a potential top in CL and started to see evidence of that. So I'm not looking for anything crazy in oil, like a 30 tick move, roughly a 30 tick move. And I am looking for a new low in the Nasdaq. Yeah, I'm just seeing some comments here. My mic I normally have on my desk is actually closer to my mouth. I don't even know where the microphone is. Like it's just in my computer somewhere. I guess they just want to listen to me really badly. Here we go. Here we go. This is what we were looking for. New low of the day in the ES. We're gonna get it in the NQ. This is my 25 minutes. Um, that 10-15 time frame. Keep going. Don't stop. Don't stop. I don't like that. One bit. Please keep going. Big old fat bar there. 47 points in the NQ. Largest move since we've opened. But we're just, this might just be one of those range days. Just, this is the bottom of the range. We could test this a few times before breaking, or maybe we don't break at all. Divergence. And that's why I reshorted. The Nasdaq got a high above the open. The ES did not. So I figured we'd get back down to the lows once I started seeing some selling pressure come in on the 1 minute time frame. And here we are back at the prior day low in the NQ. I'm getting out of gold. Just kind of not doing anything right now. I'm gonna take 9 points. I'll re-enter though if we trade back into the halfway back. So it's so. There you go. It's exiting with me there. Re-enter this 60. There we go. Oh, oh, oh. I didn't move my brackets around the gold. Way too tight. There's the full halfway back on the gold. That's what I thought would trade. So I just like flipped out and flipped right back in. Literally the same candle, signal self 7 points. Oil breaking down, index is still trading lower. It's just we're at these supports and they basically are just waiting for them to break. That's how I see it. New position in gold long from 40.65 upside target's going to be at 41.18. These are big moves. These are big moves in gold. Let's see. Yeah, I'm worried if we actually lose this low, we could run all the way down into the highs of Friday. It's going to be a scary long. The ES I trust. I want to see the ES get to 67.43s really before I start taking new longs below in this indexes. I'm about to stretch my targets out on my short here. For the NQ. Really all I can do now is sit around and wait. 70 points up. Basically at sitting at entry in gold, up 70 points in the Nasdaq, up 12 ticks in oil. Keep going, please. Please keep going. There's that push. There's that liquidation I was looking for. All right, cool. Boom, baby. Who's there? Who's here with me? Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy? Come on. And my, come on. Gold up 8 points now from the entry. ES approaching that lower target. Today's a better trading day than yesterday. I mean, yesterday there was that support that I had shared, but man, if we can get this Nasdaq off, we're gonna be done here early, ladies and gentlemen. Just a couple more points. I love working an hour a day. It's amazing. Who's front running me? Which one you? There we go. Target hit the Nasdaq. Here's a quick 100 and some points. I don't even know how many points that was. I mean, it's like 125 point trade in the NQ after a 30-point stop out. We'll take it. At this point in time, just gonna let the market play out. That was the move. We caught it. Still in gold, still in oil, still short oil, still long gold. Happy with the results. I'm gonna look for 20 points here in gold, which is just kind of like top of this range here with my stop up. Placing an order in ES at 43.75 if we get down there. Hopefully play a bounce going to the European session. Move my targets down here in CL. Taken out of gold. So that is officially off my radar now. I think we're going to make new lows. Unless proven otherwise. Holding an extension here in CL though. Definitely want to see that 48.45 crack. We have the oil inventory report coming up. I don't really want to be in this. Oh wait, already came out. All right, coming into my ES. We're getting close. Like I said, I'm not looking for anything big here, but not interested in the NQ. We're in extension anchors right now from the 1015 low to low. All right, long ES. Let's get a little bounce here. Holby, my daily draw. Pull it in. It's an extension from one of those highs in April. The 50%, 39.54, 39.54 area actually might be a little different. I can't really look trying to zoom out here. So 51s maybe? Yeah, it's 39.52, 39.51. That's what I have. None of those BS's not showing signs of money friends down here. Ooh, my still think we'll dilly dally around here. I'm just gonna. It's only been 5 minutes, but I'm just gonna move my target down and not make it aggressive. All right, flipped out of ES. I think it could still go maybe higher here. The next major resistance I would have is 67.59 if you're holding for something more aggressive. Um, it just it's a little cautious with it just because we're in so much momentum down, but it held pretty well. There's also not a corresponding support level that I have in the NQ necessarily, just quite yet, but decent decent area of long interest it seems. But I just took it off for like 5 or 6 points. So one. All right, so all I got on right now is oil. All I got on is oil. Definitely want to see a reversal. Gold heading to lows. That's a big old level below. I think that's worth swinging. Or swinging. See what kind of juice this. I mean, I would not be surprised if the ES rallies all the way in the full halfway back short from yesterday's highs. That would be 67, 64, and I would definitely short that. But we're still. This is where the selling pressure, like, if we go straight down from here, that then we're pretty aggressive. But if we don't, we got moves up to the area we broke down from. Nice. Anybody still long that, or did you all wimp out like I did? Great level, though. Great level. Doing my analysis. Did it correctly. All right, I'm going to shut down the YouTube here. Good morning. Good morning. Hope you all enjoyed it. Give the video a thumbs up for me, please. Please like my YouTube video. I'm going to continue to stream in the Discord on the Zoom on my open positions. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.